The British courtroom was silent. Only one voice filled the chamber, deliberate, precise, and commanding. It was the voice of Sir William Blackstone, a man who would shape the law of two nations without ever leaving England. Born in 1723, Blackstone lived in a time when English law was a maze of confusion, a patchwork of customs, local rules, and the whims of judges. There was no single code, no unified structure. Only contradiction and chaos. Blackstone, a scholar and professor at Oxford, saw the need for clarity and order. His response was monumental, a 4-volume work called Commentaries on the Laws of England. It didn't just explain the law. It organized it. It made the principles of justice clear, logical, and accessible. His commentaries became more than a book, they became the blueprint for American law. Though he never set foot in the colonies, his ideas crossed the Atlantic and shaped the foundations of the new republic. In the age of revolution, when Americans sought to build their own system of justice, they found their guide in Blackstone. Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, James Madison, all studied his work. To them, Commentaries was as essential as any founding document. Blackstone taught 3 powerful ideas that still define our laws today. The rule of law, that the law must apply equally to everyone, even rulers. Natural rights, that life, liberty, and property are sacred and must be protected. Judicial precedent, that consistency in rulings builds stability and trust in justice. Through these principles, Blackstone built the bridge between English common law and the American Constitution. His voice echoed in the debates that shaped the Bill of Rights. The separation of powers, lawmaking, enforcement, and judgment must remain independent. The right to bear arms, a reflection of the natural right of self-defense. Due process and fair trials, the promise of justice in the 5th and 6th Amendments. And freedom of speech and the press, his arguments against censorship informed America's First Amendment. By the early 1800s, Commentaries on the Laws of England was more widely read in the United States than in Britain itself. On the American frontier, young lawyers carried worn copies as their legal compass, spreading Blackstone's words into new territories. But his legacy is not without controversy. While he condemned slavery as unjust, his writings didn't offer a clear legal path to end it. And his faith in precedent raised a question that still divides courts today: should judges interpret law strictly as written, or adapt it to changing times? Blackstone believed in the original meaning of law, that it must be interpreted as intended, not reinvented by the courts. Others argue that justice evolves, that law must grow with society. It's a debate that still shapes every major Supreme Court decision. His influence endures. Law students still study him. Judges still quote him. And the structure of justice itself, the balance of liberty and authority, still bears his mark. But his work also asks us to reflect. Should courts hold strictly to the written law, or interpret it through the lens of modern values? Do his centuries-old principles still protect freedom today? Sir William Blackstone gave the law a language. He gave nations a framework for justice. And he gave every citizen a reminder that liberty must always rest upon the rule of law. What do you think? Does Blackstone's vision still serve us well, or has justice evolved beyond it? Join the discussion, and if you believe philosophy and law still matter in politics, like and subscribe for more.